Hello, good morning. Nice to greet you. This is the study of our English classes in the digital book, which you can find on this same social network. I invite you to subscribe, share, and comment.
Unit number 3, ability and opportunity. Unit goals. In this unit, we will examine how to talk about abilities and opportunities in the present. For example, I can swim, but I can't go swimming right now. I'm busy. In the future, for example, if you get a better job, you'll be able to buy a new car. And in the past, were you able to talk to Jerry yesterday? No, I couldn't talk to him. He wasn't able to see me. And vocabulary. We have here the ability and opportunity. The keywords and expression is to prescribe, to itch, injury, cast, at all, and in the meantime is the vocabulary of this dialogue, and the name of this dialogue is at the doctor's office. And doctors say, how are we doing today, Mr. Iverson? And Mr. Iverson say, not too well, doc. I haven't been able to sleep for the last few nights. I've been waking up several times a night because of the pain in my leg. Can you prescribe something stronger? And the doctor say, I'm afraid I can't do that, but you had a very serious injury, so you can expect some pain for a while. Let me take a look. Can you move your toes for me? And Mr. Iverson say, sir, I'm just glad to talk the cast off. I use it to itch so much. I couldn't stand it, and I couldn't take a shower either. Now I can move around a little more freely, but I still can't walk very well before the accident. I could walk 4 hours now. I have to rest after every few steps. The doctor say, well, you can't expect to able to do the same thing that you called before your accident. In fact, you're lucky that we were able to operate on you. Many patients in your situation can't even walk at all. And Mr. Iverson say, tell me the truth, doc. Am I ever going to be able to live a normal life? And the doctor say, of course you will. You may not be able to do everything you used to do, but you'll still be able to live a normal activities life. Mr. Iverson say, will I be able to play golf again? And the doctor say, I think so. Remember, these things take time, so you need to take it slowly. And of course, in the meantime, you need to continue with your psychotherapy. Were you able to see Dr. Minton? And Mr. Iverson said, no, I haven't been able to reach him. And the doctor say, you mean you haven't gone to therapy at all, Mr. Iverson? This is extremely serious. If you don't do your psychotherapy, you may not regain full use of your leg. I'm going to shield an appointment with Dr. Braden. She is the best therapist in this office, and I think she has some time next week. And Mr. Iverson say, no, can't go next week. I'll be traveling on business as of Monday. And doctor say, all right, let me call here then. She may be able to see you this afternoon. And Mr. Iverson say, thank you, doc. This is a check understanding with 5 questions. The first question is, what happened to Mr. Iverson? Question number 2, what problem has he had for the last few nights? What is different now that before his accident? Will he be able to live a normal life? And question number 5 and last, why hasn't he gone to psychotherapy? Perfect. We have here a concept and structure reminder number 1. When we want to express an ability or in space, we use the modal auxiliary and is equal our mental capacity. For example, now I can move around a little more freely. In the sentence above, the speaker has the psychical ability to more. An opportunity depends on the specific situation or circumstance. For example, I can't do next week. I'll be traveling on business all week. Subject, auxiliary, and verb in simple form. In the sentence above, the speaker has the psychical ability to go, but he doesn't have the opportunity. In general, it doesn't make much difference if we are talking about ability or opportunity with can. However, later in this unit, you will see that in some circumstances, it is important to make a distinction between the two concepts. Remember that it's possible to use can in reference to the future. Yes, perfect. And we have here concept and structure number 1. And say, when we want to talk about an ability or opportunity in the future, we use will be able to when we are sure, and may be able to when we aren't sure. For example, will he be able to play golf again? And the answer here is yes, he'll be able to play golf. Okay, it's affirmative, is sir. And other example here is, will Dr. Braden be able to see him this afternoon? And we don't, sir. The answer is she may be able to see him. Okay, this is the concept and the structure number 1. We have here practice number 2, practice number 3, optional practice number 4, and grammar capsule number 1. And say, can versus we be able to. We have learned that it's possible to use both can and we be able to talk about an ability or opportunity in the future. However, in some situation only will be able to is the correct expression for this idea, specifically in the ability or opportunity. Isn't it cycle possible in the present? We must use will be able to in the future. For example, look at these two sentences. if the finishes his homework, he can go to the movies. Okay, if he finishes his homework, he will be able to go to the movies. The difference here is he can go to the movies, he will be able to go to the movies. In these examples, the activity go to the movies is obviously cycle possible in the present. For this reason, either can or we be able to are correct in reference to the future. In the following example, John is blind. He is considering surgery that will restore his vision. For example, if John has the surgery, he will be able to see. In the sentences above, it is not cycle possible for John to see in the present. So it is not possible to use can for future reference. Okay, we have this grammar capsule number 1. We have here in class activity number 1 reading and the system, and grammar capsule number 2. Grammar capsule number 2, to be able to with other tenses, because to be able to is a verb. It is possible to use it in different tenses, just like any other verb. We have already seen it in the future, will be able to, but we can use it in almost any other tenses that we can use with the verb to be. For example, it's possible to use it with present perfect. Mr. Iverson hasn't been able to reach Dr. Minton. The exception to this is a simple present, although it is grammatically possible to use to be able to in simple present. It is almost never used this way. Can is almost always used, isn't it? We have here practice number 5 in class activity number 2 listening, and we have here concept and structure number 2. When we want to talk about an ability or opportunity in the past, we use was, were able to. For example, was he able to see Dr. Minton is a question, and the answer is no, he wasn't able to see him. When we talk about an ability or opportunity in the past, use was. Okay, it's clear that. Practice number 6, practice number 7, optional practice number 8, and we have here concept and structure number 3. Abilities in past. When we want to talk about an ability in the past, we can use was or were, obviously, able to, or cold. Was he able to walk for hours? Or other option is could he walk for hours? Cold. Okay, yes, he was able to walk for hours. Yes, he could walk for hours. Opportunities in the past. When we want to talk about an opportunity in the past, we can use was, were able to. When we can use could to talk about an opportunity in the past, in the negative only. Was he able to go to therapy? No, he wasn't able to go, or no, he couldn't go. It's clear that. We have here practice number 9 and specialists in class activity number 3 writing, practice number 10, practice number 11, practice number 12, practice number 13, vocabulary review, check your progress, and it is all of this unit number 3. Thank you very much for listening. See you for the next time. Bye bye.
Financiero o financiera, un gusto saludarte. Mi nombre es Isaac Badillo y en este espacio te voy a mostrar los diferentes productos, servicios bancarios. Yo soy Isaac Badillo, tengo 9 años de carrera bancaria al día de hoy, año 2019, y quiero compartir contigo todo lo que he aprendido. El mundo bancario es bastante amplio y aquí te voy a compartir las diferentes herramientas, productos, servicios que pueden ser de tu utilidad. Bienvenido y que disfrutes este espacio.